Hey guys, this is Money Value, my name is Olga and let's begin. I bet your schedule has been crazy and so is recent news. Strap yourself in and hold on tight, I won't sugarcoat anything for you. Let's start with the very burning issue, Trump's impeachment. Twitter has already banned him and now it seems like the whole country is doing the same. Actually, it's not the first time for him, so he's getting pretty good at that. Apparently, this time it's all about his role in whipping up a mob that stormed Capitol last week. Sorry, I couldn't leave Snow's pictures out of this video. Anyway, since his term is over in a few days, I doubt his impeachment is going to influence stock market. So back to business. As for Biden, he seems to be more interested in focusing on coronavirus pandemic. They say that Biden's presidency could be a boost for impact investing. He claims that keeping Americans healthy and fixing the economy is #1 priority for him. Here's what he says. I hope that Senate leadership will find a way to deal with their constitutional responsibilities on impeachment while also working on other urgent business of this nation. Oh, and stock futures opened slightly higher after Biden released stimulus proposal. Besides, Biden planned to name Jamie Harrison to lead the Democratic National Committee. We have no proof yet, but still. Since there is less than a week left before Biden's inauguration, law enforcement agencies are getting ready for more riots. For example, the Pentagon is sending armed National Guard troops to the Capitol complex, and the FBI warned the police to be on high alert for extremist activities and violence. Biden believes it's important to work in the economy, and there are reasons for that. Coronavirus being the key one. The president-elect is pushing for more economic stimulus, and with multiple coronavirus vaccines already approved, and I guess that brought investors' hopes up. Jerome Powell, chair of the Federal Reserve, said the central bank remained far from dealing back support for the economy. Obviously, it would take time for the economy to recover from the pain of the pandemic era. When the time comes to raise interest rates, they promise to do it. No time soon though, so let's hope for the best, but expect the worst, just in case. I've already made a video on that, but in case you haven't watched it yet, and I'm leaving a link here, Jack Ma, Alibaba's co-founder, has vanished. He's disappeared just before the delayed Ants IPO in November and hasn't been seen ever since. And while he's missing, China is likely to nationalize Alibaba and Ant Group companies. Investors are beginning to question whether Alibaba can pull off a jumbo dollar bond in coming weeks, given the uncertainty about co-founder Jack Ma and the Trump administration's crackdown on Chinese companies. The potential sale of as much as $8 billion in offshore debt was planned for as early as this week. However, a marketing memorandum hasn't yet been received by prospective investors. We can only wait to see if that happens with Jack Ma still laying low. In the last months, there have been strong moves higher in the key crude oil benchmark WTI and Brent. One of the reasons is positive on the vaccine front. The developments turned out to be successful, which means the virus spread will likely to stop soon. Fingers crossed. Anyway, this upward trend in crude was boosted by the gradual decline in US shale production and inventories over the same period. What else? In early January, OPEC Plus decided to restrain output into the mid-2021 and Saudi Arabia to take 1 million BOPD off the market. That's why we see a raise up to 50s. Now, before I give you my opinion, I want you to pause this video and write in the comments what you think is going to happen. Done it? Well, in my opinion, there is a good chance that we're expecting a spike in crude prices as shrinking supplies fail to meet rising demand, and the demand will rise. And on that news, oil company stocks have grown. But I guess what I've said above is not the only reason. Energy companies stockpiled enough drilling permits for Western public lands to keep pumping oil for years. Officials approved almost 1,400 drilling applications during the pandemic, which is a record if we're talking about Trump's term. Nice effort to boost American energy production. Now let's talk cryptocurrency. Just a week ago, we were surprised by Bitcoin raising up to more than $40,000. It looks like this cryptocurrency is a real attention seeker since it fell and cost about 32 grand on Monday this week, but then managed to come back to 39,000. While some investors believe it's a bubble that's just about to blow, others say the best idea is to wait for the sell-offs to enter the market. Once again, the decision is up to you and your 40 grand. I've already told you about a girl who spent more than 200k on dinner for people she barely knew. But that's not the most stupid way to waste your money. One guy lost a paper where he wrote down his Iron Key password. He has only 2 attempts left to enter the account with 7,002 bitcoins that are worth $280 million now. Of the existing 18.5 million bitcoin, about 20% appear to be in lost or stranded wallets. According to the American media, Thomas lost the document where he wrote the key to the Iron Key years ago, and so far he only has 2 attempts to gain access. Otherwise, the device will encrypt his content forever. He was already offered help with 10% of what the hard drive stores. That's the downside of cryptocurrencies, which, unlike traditional bank accounts, don't have any institutions that store lost passwords. Let's finish with the stock market news. Take a look at some of the biggest movers in the pre-market. GameStop is jumping once again in pre-market trading after surging the past 3 days in what some analysts are calling a short squeeze. This very stock was up more than 57% in Wednesday's session alone. Take a look at another one, BlackRock. The asset management firm reported quarterly profit of $10.18 per share, beating the consensus estimate of $9.14 a share. Assets under management surged to a record high of $8.68 trillion. Oh, and how can there be a video without Tesla involved? Tesla was asked by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration to recall 158,000 vehicles due to potential defective touchscreens, which could pose safety risks. The stock shed 1% in pre-market, but let's see what happens next. The 3 major indexes were little changed even after the Labor Department's weekly jobless claims report showed Thursday morning that initial claims spiked to the highest level since August last week. However, some strategists have suggested that the recent deterioration in labor market data could further bolster the case for more fiscal stimulus. Obviously, the economy needs some help from Washington, so it's obvious why stocks closed slightly lower. Investors were waiting for Biden's stimulus plan. Actually, US stocks fell for the first time in 3 days, and Treasury yields climbed amid expectations. The thing is, President-elect Joe Biden plans COVID-19 relief of as much as $2 trillion. Support from vaccine rollouts, continued low interest rates, and the likelihood of further fiscal stimulus should drive rapid economic and earnings growth in 2021, which should support further upside for equities. Once again, let's hope for the best. We do hope for the best for our country and economy, but I'm also concerned about your likes and comments. You know what to do. Share this video with your friends, smash the like button, and subscribe. Thanks, see you!